Okay, we're back for round 2 here. So for Caitlin, if she can set this up here, what is your h and your k in this case? Very good, -3 and 5. And your radius is going to be 11. We're just going to sub it in. Okay, Montana is going to take it from here. Then we'll go back to Caitlin. So it's going to be the standard, the standard form is going to be x minus, I'll type it out for you, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so Montana, go ahead. Alright, good. So it's all subbed in. Alright, now we'll let y redeem himself. X plus 3 squared is x plus 3, x plus 3. Y minus 5 and y minus 5 equals 121. Keep going, Wyatt. Do it in 2 steps. Okay. And that turns to be x squared plus 6x plus 9 plus y squared minus 10y plus 25 is 121. That turns to be then x squared plus 6x plus y squared minus 10y equals 87. Is that right? That looks good to me. Okay, so that's just algebra. That's all this is. Okay. We'll try example 3, which I'll take you through, and then you guys can finish it off. And I apologize to the, I've been dominating with the back row so far. I will give the front of the class a chance to catch up. Okay, so we're going to say here, oops, so I can find my note here. Example 3 is going to say, find the center and radius of the circle x squared plus y squared minus 10x plus 4y plus 13 equals 0. Okay, so this is where we the challenge is going to come in. Solution. We want to put into standard form, which is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Now, what does this sort of look like? Well, the x minus h squared looks like what? And I think Hannah Cassidy has the answer. I hear her talking right now. It says it looks sort of like vertex form. How do we get things into vertex form? Yeah, we're going to complete the square. Okay, so what we're going to do to solve this, we just complete the square twice. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring all the x's together and complete the square. Then we're going to bring all the y's together and complete the square. So I'm going to rewrite this just as x squared minus 10x plus y squared plus 4y equals -13. So I just isolated, and I'm just going to write things in different colors here. Hopefully this isn't too hard to see. I'm going to change this to, hopefully, I'll try text highlight. There we go. That'll be in yellow, and this will be in maybe I like green. Hopefully that's not too hard to see. Okay, so we're going to complete the square twice. Once using the yellow colors and once using the green colors. So when we complete the square, our main thing is what we did was we did -10 over 2 and squared it, and that equals -5 squared, and that equals 25. And that was sort of our yellow work, so I'm going to do that in yellow if I can. Okay, good. Then in the same way, we're going to do the same thing for the y's. So 4 over 2 squared is 2 squared, which equals 4. So it's the same thing as our completing the square that we did previous in the year. Now I know what you're thinking. You said, and I'm going to pick on Jill because I remember she was mad when we said there was an easier way than completing the square. We're just using the base to completing the square here. The a value is always going to be 1 for circles. For ovals and things, you get more complicated equations. But for circles, it's just going to be plain x squared. The process would be the same for an oval or a different shape, but we're just going to use circles in this class. So the first step would be to factor out the a value, which is just 1. The second step is to take half of the x term. So on the yellow with the x's, it's going to be half of negative 10x. For the greens, it's going to be half of 4y. Then we're just going to do the add and subtract thing. So it's going to turn into, I'll leave a little extra space so you can actually read it, x squared minus 10x plus 25 minus 25 plus y squared plus 4y plus 4 minus 4 equals negative 13. So all we did was complete the square twice. And again, if you're like me and you can't multitask, that's fine. You can do the one step by itself. Now, I'm going to slow down. Oops, that wasn't green. That should be yellow. I'll slow down a bit. Oops, I said it's supposed to be yellow. Didn't work. While Mr. Sadler learns how to use a computer, I'll give you guys a second to catch up here. Just so you know, this isn't on purpose to kill time. This actually is me not being able to work my computer. Anyway, x squared minus 10x plus 25 minus 25. So just like before, so now we will move the negatives across the equal sign. Just like before, we bring it outside the brackets when you need to factor. Here we don't need them for anything, so we're just going to move to the outside. So it's going to turn into x squared minus 10x plus 25 plus y squared plus 4y plus 4 equals negative 13 plus 25 plus 4. Now notice what happened there, okay? All the negatives changed to be positive across here, right? So the negative 25 turned to be a plus 25 over here. The negative 4 changed to be a plus 4 over there. Hopefully these yellow and greens aren't too distracting. They're meant to hopefully clarify things. Okay, now we just finished our factoring. Okay, so x squared minus 10x plus 25 changed to be x minus 5 squared. And y squared plus 4y plus 4 changed to be y plus 2 squared. And that equals 16 if you're doing math right. So the center of the circle is 5 and negative 2, and the radius is 4. Where did I get 4 from? Well, that's the square root of 16. Remember the equation, this was equal to r squared, so the square root of 16 is just 4. Okay, now soak in the power of this question, because that's a really good question. Okay, I like that one a lot. Hint, hint, hint. Okay, so we're going to come to the front row for the next example. I will give you guys a second to try it out. We'll end this video, and then once you get it solved, we'll let the supply teacher start the next one. So it says, find the center and the radius of the circle, x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 6y plus 8 equals 0. I'll move that to the next line. Now I'm going to start here with, who will I start with? Maybe I'll start with Natalie, just because I haven't made a joke about your father and you and being a math teacher yet today. So you'll let the power of being a math teacher come to you right now, and you will be able to solve this question. So I'll give you guys a few minutes, and then you can work from there. Okay, thanks. See you in a bit.